Followed by a face-to-face with Wolfgang Fischer, the director. So please stay afterwards and prepare questions. I'm sure you will have many questions for him. So, and turn off your cell phones. Please enjoy the film.
It's a small island north of St. Helena. Wild, untouched nature, but actually planned. It must be amazing.
Asa Gray, stay away.
Asa Gray, listen. Asa Gray, listen to me. You can't. You're not capable. Clear the scene, or you may risk the lives of many more people.
So first of all, thank you so much for coming to the screening. I appreciate it very much, and thank you for this wonderful invitation. It's an honor. So it's the Swedish premiere for me with STYX, with you. And first of all, I have to say, the main approach with this movie was to make a movie about ourselves. So to raise the question, who are we, who do we want to be, who do we have to be in the times we are living right now. And we started to write the script 9 years ago, and for sure migration was that theme which we wanted to explore and which we want to deal with, and we wanted to make a movie out of this. And it was a very important topic because it will follow us the next decades, and we wanted to explore this, and we wanted to raise the question, who are we in this situation? What are our choices? What are our decisions? And that was the aim of the movie.
I know that you made this film at the ocean, on the ocean. Weren't you afraid?
Yeah, it was quite tough because I have to tell you also, everything you've seen in the movie, 90% of the entire movie was shot on open water. So we didn't use any CGI, no special effects, so we explored the world in reality, and we didn't want to fake it. We wanted to make this journey in reality, and for that reason it was very hard to find out how to shoot on open water, because we couldn't rely on experiences from other directors, because nobody does it before. They all the time go into studios, make a special effect movie. But we wanted to explore this world in reality, and that was quite tough because I have to admit I had no idea about sailing before we did the movie. But I was very fond of this world. I wanted to go in this archaic world to make a movie, and that was difficult for us to find out. And it all started with my DOP, Benedikt Neuenfels, the cameraman, and we did a small sailing course near Berlin on a small lake, and we were sitting in these small boats, and we thought, wow, it feels good to be on the boat, and it might happen. But then we found ourselves in front of Malta with wind force 8, force 9 in a perfect storm. So it was a big challenge for all of us, and it also for the whole team. We were sitting on a 11-meter yacht for 42 days, 10 people maximum on board. So it was a very physical and psychological adventure for all of us, and I have to say thank you so much for my crew, for my team, because half of the crew became seasick. Because if you see when Susanne Wolf, the main actress, does this dance on the boat and she's steering and she puts up the sails and down the sails, you have to ask yourself, where is the team? And the team was mainly tied with ropes behind the railing or underneath the deck, and in these circumstances with this rough weather it's quite uncomfortable, and they had to fight with seasickness every day. No damages, everything was perfect organized, and we had to be very precise, and everything you've seen in the movie was also written in the script. We didn't improvise, so everything was exactly planned how you saw it. I mean, except the bird, which was in the script, but by an happy accident, it landed between Malta and Sicily on our boat, and I thought for me it was also a good sign we are on the right track, so we can make this movie, we can make this happen. That was a good incident. And the main actress, the main part, the main role with Susanne, that was also a happy incident, and we were very lucky that we can engage her and to do this journey with us, because we did a big casting all over Europe to find the right person to make this physical adventure with us. And Susanne Wolf, she's mainly playing in theater in Germany, so she is a very physical actress, and she is very familiar with water. She can swim a lot. I mean, she does swim a lot, and she has a small sailing license, but also just for lakes. So we started to train with her in the Atlantic Ocean with professional skippers, that you really believe she's steering the boat, she's capable to steer the boat. And on the other hand, she has to become an emergency doctor. So she was with emergency doctors in the ambulance on rescue mission, and she could observe, we could explore how they talk to victims, how they prepare them, and it should be very authentic and very realistic. And for that reason, everybody you've seen in the movie, all the persons, they come from their real professions. So the rescue teams, the fire workers in the beginning, they are real fire workers, and also the Coast Guard ship, the soldiers on the Coast Guard ship, they were real soldiers from the Maltese forces, so they went on rescue missions by themselves. And the people on the other boat, the sinking boat, these were human beings that did the dangerous crossing over the ocean. And then the big question, where can you find Kingsley, the role of Kingsley? And for us it was right clear from the beginning, it has to be a person who knows Africa very well. And a friend of mine, the director Tom Tikva, he built an organization in the slums of Nairobi, which is called One Fine Day. And with this organization, they have got schools in the slums of Nairobi, and in these schools the slum children can explore their creativity. So there are dance classes, painting classes, and we went, also me and Susanne, we went to Nairobi in order to do the casting, and we did a casting with 70 boys, and we found Gideon. And I have to thank him from this point also so much for his courage, for his will to do this incredible journey with us, because he has never been to the ocean, he didn't know how to swim, so we were learning swimming together in the pools of Nairobi, and then we did this incredible journey. And what happened now, he was in 2 castings for 2 Hollywood movies, and he's playing right now the main role in a Spanish feature film, so you can see that you can reach something with creativity, and that was also the aim with the movie, not just to make a movie, it's an attitude, and we wanted to build a bridge between Europe and Africa. And we were quite successful with this, and you see that you can reach something with creativity. We see those people in Nairobi, and it has a very profound effect right now, because more children go to these schools. They don't hang around in the streets anymore. So it's maybe a small drop on the hot stone, but we created an effect. And if we can do this with a movie, I have to ask the society and all the international community if we could do something else with our facilities to build this kind of bridge between Africa and Europe.
Production scene in the land. How was it in the sea? Especially between that transfer, the transportation, the actors, the cameramen, everything.
Yeah, it was really tough, because in a normal feature film, if you're good, you can make 15 camera setups. So every time you move the camera 15 times with a normal feature film, it's possible. But with this movie, if you were really lucky, if you were really successful, you did 4 camera setups per day. And it was quite difficult to find out what you can shoot in the exactly time, in the exactly circumstances, because the sea is always changing. So from weather conditions, the waves, the colors, the light, it's cloudy, and then there's sun again. So you have to wait a lot and be very patient. And the assistant director, he had to write 40 different shooting schedules because we only could react on the ocean. And on the other hand, it was so difficult because we didn't want to spoil the emotional arc of the actress, so that we wanted to shoot chronological, not to mix the emotions, so we keep on track. And that was quite tough to find out. And we shot the movie in 2016 on Malta in autumn, and it was the most terrible autumn like in decades. It was just stormy every day, and we had to wait for calm weather, and that was very difficult for us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for an amazing movie. So my question is, Suzanne, she's not like actor in cinema, she was in theater. Was it difficult for you to deal with a theater actor in like cinema?
It's different, and that's the reason why we decided also, or we wanted to have long scenes, that we don't cut so much, that you don't spoil the rhythm with the editing. And it was like that the main actress is like dancing on the boat. It's like observing a dance, how she moves, how her body works on the boat. And that was very good that she came from theater. For that reason, she knows how to move in long scenes, and that was supporting a lot. But also for her, it was very uncomfortable to sit on the boat because there is no intimacy. So you stand there shoulder on shoulder, and you don't have a place if you want to cry. So it was quite tough for all of us.
Exactly, because they are kind of big as their reaction from the audience in the theater. So there is no audience on the boat.
That's right,
Yeah.
and also we didn't have an antagonist. It's just her, there are no dialogues, and the aim was to show how human being is thinking in this situation and not reflecting. So we wanted to observe these tiny steps, what is the next thing she's going to do, and that was very hard for her because you can't rely on somebody, you can't play. So it's just you, and it's just about your face, how your face is going to change, and to feel this tension in the body when you're in this situation. That was tough.
Yeah, but and my second question, it was like, did she stuck into the scenario? Because I saw a lot of, like, she was very spontaneous, especially the moment when he threw her into the water. I don't know whether she was stuck into the scenario. She was
No,
more
not at all.
spontaneous.
So she was not part of the writing process, so we all found out in the rehearsal process and also when we shot the scenes. And it's all about emotion, this movie, and we wanted to create a very profound emotional experiences we wanted to share with the audience, and not like dealing with facts. And everybody knows about this disaster from the news, from the newspaper, but our decision was to make a feature film a kind of shortcut to your emotions and not dealing with facts, and to create the empathy for this situation that's going on till now. Imagine we wrote the script 9 years ago, and what happened now? Nothing.
Exactly.
And the situation went even worse, and that's a disaster. And it's also bizarre to observe this situation with the team and discuss it, because that's a really incredible thing, which what we have to face at the border of the European community.
Yeah, so thank you very much, because you really sparked our emotion every single second in the movie. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Do we have one more question?
How long did it take to make the shooting?
So it was 42 days.
42.
Yeah. And we had to have breaks in between because of the weather conditions, and we shot the movie on Malta, Sicily and Gibraltar, but the main base was on Malta. And we shot it 2016, and we went out every day in order to shoot the movie, and in the next harbor there were all the NGO ships like Morse, Sea-Watch, Lifeline, and they went out every day in order to rescue human beings, but they're not existing anymore. So there are no NGO ships anymore nowadays. And this is quite terrifying in which way we are going to develop ourselves. And I think, and I have to raise the question, can we afford this attitude as human beings from the 21st century? I think no. And I was yesterday at the European Parliament because we were awarded for the so-called Lux Prize, which is given by the European Parliament, and the European Parliament members could watch this movie, and we led a discussion also about this, and it was quite challenging for them to see this, because they only deal with facts and not with the emotion, and they don't know what's going on there. They just discuss facts and numbers, and that was quite challenging for them as well. So you can see that film can be a very powerful force.
I think it's excellent that they saw it. We have to thank you now because there's going to be another screening in a few minutes.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.